Hello and welcome back once again to another episode of the Wrestling Rant. This is the SmackDown spoilers. Yes, I'm finally getting it up on time this week. Anyways, SmackDown spoilers from this Friday, May 16th, 2014, and it was apparently in Charlotte, North Carolina. And the only reason I was able to find out about that is because R-Truth had a match, and when he came out, he got a big pop because he's from Charlotte, of course. We'll get to that. Two dark matches before the show, the first of which, Adam Rose. I keep wanting to call him Axl Rose, but then I'm like, no, we're not talking about the frontman of Guns N' Roses. We're talking about the guy that used to be Leo Kruger. Anyways, Adam Rose quickly defeats El Local, who is, I'm pretty sure, Ricardo Rodriguez in a, what's it called? Luchador outfit. Pretty sure. Rose quickly defeats El Local with his finisher. I don't know what his fucking finisher is, so don't ask. Second dark match, Tyson Kidd defeats Sami Zayn with a blockbuster. Okay, great. That one, anyways, let's just move on. Show starts, John Cena comes out, and he sends his condolences to Daniel Bryan about the injury and everything, which at this point is basically like condescending. Or at least to me, that's what it seems like. But he gets a cheap pop because of it, because, you know, anytime somebody gives their sympathy to Bryan, you know, cheap pop. Cena continues to cut a promo on the Last Man Standing match with Bray at the Payback pay-per-view. And he insinuates that Bray has no balls by singing "I've Got No Pearls in My Pants," mocking the whole world in his hands thing. Yeah, mocking Bray. He accepts Bray's challenge for Payback, the Last Man Standing match, and he issues an open challenge of his own to face anyone that Bray chooses here tonight on SmackDown. Bray appears on the Titantron and he cuts a promo. Notes didn't really say what exactly his promo consisted of. Not that I really care, because I don't give a fuck about Bray. That's the end of that segment. We get another vignette, video package, whatever you want to call it, for Bo Dallas. So apparently he's not debuting tonight. Oh, darn. And then we get the next segment. The Usos defeat the Brotherhood, or as I've been calling them, the Rhodes Brothers. I don't know which one, honestly, I should stick with. A lot of people call them the Brotherhood. I don't know why. I just call them the Rhodes Brothers. Cody Rhodes and Goldust. And it was said that Cody played the heel during the match, and he got pinned after taking a super kick and the big splash from Jimmy Uso. And then Cody acted upset with Goldust after the match. So yeah, they're just more teasing the breakup of Cody and Goldust leading up to the match that should have frickin' happened at WrestleMania. But they didn't because, you know, they fucking sat on their hands too damn long. Anyways, up next, El Matadores and Los Matadores, I'm forgetting my Spanish lessons, Los Matadores and El Torito are out, as well as 3MB and Hornswoggle. The match is set to be Heath Slater versus El Torito. The notes did not say who won, or anything that happened. So, don't know. P.S. I don't care, because it's Heath Slater versus a midget. Didn't they do this on last week's SmackDown, and didn't El Torito win? Who cares? Moving on. Nikki Bella defeats Natalya in what I'm guessing is basically a rematch from Raw Monday. But instead of having a bunch of the other untalented whores at ringside holding up scorecards, instead we only got one of them, the most untalented of the bunch, Eva Marie, acting as special guest referee. I'm cringing so hard right now. I can't imagine. Yeah. Nikki wins in what was described as a botch fest. And the person who gave the notes said that Eva can't referee any better than she can wrestle. So, holy fuck. Yeah. Here's a hot tip to the guys at WWE. The people in charge, like the human resources or whoever's in charge of hiring and firing people. Ditch Eva Marie as soon as fucking possible. Dump that skanky hoe off at the nearest curb and let her work the corner like she should be doing. She's not a fucking wrestler. Let her go back to being a fucking model, okay? You idiots who hire these bikini models have no clue what you're fucking doing. Laurinaitis, you have your head so far up your fucking ass. You don't know what talent is, motherfucker, because you don't have any. I really hate how many untalented bitches we have in the Divas division. There's a reason why it went from being the WWE Women's division to being turned into the WWE Divas division. Because we don't have women's wrestlers in the WWE anymore. We have divas. You know what? No, yeah, I stand corrected. We got a couple of women's wrestlers. We have AJ whenever she comes back. We have Natalya. We have Paige. And I think that's fucking it. This ain't nobody else in the Divas division right now is worth a shit. Bellas could disappear and nobody would fucking care. Eva Marie is a black hole of just anything that could be considered entertaining. And the same goes for the Funkadactyls. Then you've got Alicia Fox. Fucking twit. What other chicks are in the Divas division right now? Emma. Stick her ass back in NXT for another couple of years. She's not ready for prime time. Get her a new gimmick and some new music. And get her the hell away from Santino. Speaking of Santino and Emma, their punk asses come up later on, but we'll get to that. After the botch fest with Nikki and Natalya with Eva as the referee, we cut backstage to Renee Young, who's interviewing Dolph Ziggler. Ziggler has a match later on against Batista. Didn't we do this a few weeks back on SmackDown? I think we did. And we get the same fucking result this time anyways. Ziggler says that Batista is the weak link of Evolution. Honestly, Dolph, I like you, but how do you say that with a straight face? Okay? Batista's a shit wrestler, but I mean, in a straight fight, he will beat the shit out of you. But he says Batista's the weak link of Evolution, and tonight he's going to show him up, because he's the show-off. Apparently, immediately after that, we have the match between Ziggler and Batista, and Ziggler wins by disqualification, after Batista hits Ziggler in the nuts with a low blow. Batista also hits Ziggler with the Batista bomb, and then he proceeds to beat Ziggler around the ringside area. And apparently he leaves only to come back and powerbomb Ziggler onto the barricade. So, yeah. Dolph, I don't know why you keep agreeing to do these horrible spots. Taking a powerbomb onto a barricade. I don't know, man. Jeez. Anyways, after that, we get the match with Santino and Emma. It's just Santino being accompanied by Emma, who defeats Damien Sandow in a quick squash match with the Cobra. And this, of course, only serves as more fuel for Sandow's fire as of late. I don't know if I mentioned it on the Raw video, but apparently, during the pre-show before Raw, Sandow jumped up to the pre-show panel and was like, hey, I don't mean to interrupt you guys, but I just want to, piss and moan about being shit on in this company, basically. You can find the video on YouTube. I don't have a direct link, but, yeah. His microphone got cut off while he was talking, and so he just kind of leaned into Matthews and was using Matthews' little head-mounted microphone, because he's got like one of the little ear-mounted mics, whatever the fuck, but he was using Josh's instead. Well, we basically get the same thing here. After Sandow gets squashed by Santino, Sandow cuts a promo about he's always handcuffed, but is a good little soldier. And the microphone gets cut off. And Sandow walks up the ramp acting like his hands are cuffed behind his back, saying that he's being held back. So, yeah. Yeah, so I'm guessing this is supposed to go along with this supposed reality era that we're in right now. Everything's supposed to be real, and all the promos are supposed to be a shoot or something. We're gonna drop pipe bombs now, and it has to be a work, because if Sandow was really doing this, completely going off script, he'd be fired. So they've got to be telling him to do this, and they've got to be going somewhere with this. Fuck's sake, have him freak out on something. Just have him lose to Santino. Fuck right off. Have him freak the fuck out and beat Santino to a bloody pulp next week. Have him do it live on Raw. Beat Santino to a bloody pulp in front of Emma. Is this your boyfriend all bloody and fucked up? Yeah, get a good fucking look at him. This is the same son of a bitch who didn't run from the boogeyman. Fuck you. Anyways, after that, let's see. This is where R-Truth came out. He came out and he got his little pop from the crowd. Big pop, rather, but whatever. After that, Paul Heyman came out and cut a promo, and I can only imagine he talked more about Brock conquering the streak at WrestleMania. But anyways, of course that's leading into a match between Cesaro and R-Truth. And I can only guess that Xavier Woods was out with Truth, but the notes didn't mention anything about it, so whatever. Cesaro defeats Truth in a short match with the neutralizer, of course. Moving on. It's time for the main event. Cena comes out for the main event, and the Wyatts come out and surround the ring to attack Cena, but the Usos come out to even the odds. So yeah, it does look like they're going to work towards a feud between the Usos and the Wyatts. Probably for the tag team titles. And that leads me into an interesting thought, which I will get to after I'm done. So let me just leave that there for right now. The Usos come out to even the odds, and Bray picks Rowan as his choice to fight Cena tonight, as Cena gave him the option to do that. Of course, Cena and Rowan, and of course, Cena wins with the attitude adjustment, and the show ends with Bray staring Cena down from the ramp, and that's the end of the show. So, yeah. I guess that didn't take me long to get through the rest of the show. Here's the interesting thought that I came to mind with this. I've been thinking about this for a little while now. I think I mentioned at the end of my Raw video something about bringing some more people up from NXT, and two of the guys that I mentioned were Connor and Victor the Ascension. They're big-time faces, I think, in NXT. The crowds seem to love them, which is interesting because they don't act like faces. They come out, it's almost like a new version of the Legion of Doom. Just coming out and wrecking their opponents in like 3-minute squash matches. If it's even that long, they just come out and wreck house with their jobber opponents, rip them to shreds, and then pin what's left of them. But that's basically what it is. They don't fucking act like faces at all, but the crowds love them. They have this really great look. They got this great frickin' entrance. And Connor is jacked now. He got huge. I don't know what he did to get so jacked, but the dude is massive now. Anyways, getting to my point. Supposedly they're building to this feud between the Wyatts, Harper and Rowan, versus the Usos for the tag team titles. Okay, great. Let's do that. Let's have Harper and Rowan take the tag titles from the Usos, because the Usos aren't that great anyways. Fuck them. So, Harper and Rowan get a tag title match, and they win pretty decisively. And then, of course, we have to go through the motions of the rematch. They get the rematch, and Harper and Rowan still win decisively, just killing off the Usos altogether. Who are they gonna get to challenge Harper and Rowan, these two big, ugly hosses with just all this raw power and stuff? Well, you bring up the Ascension, and you have them feud with Harper and Rowan, and you can even bring up, I think they might have a little past history from NXT, because I'm not exactly sure, but they might have had matches against each other on NXT before the Wyatts left NXT. They might have. I don't know. So I'm not sure about that. I haven't watched a whole lot of NXT. I saw part of one recent episode, which I think did include an Ascension match where they just killed their jobber opponents. It was great. But yeah, let's use this to debut the Ascension, bring them up from NXT, and have them feud with the Wyatts for a while. And this would also kind of be great because, I don't know, it might help it might help to end this atrocious feud between Bray and Cena. Because, trust me, if the Ascension comes up and starts feuding with Harper and Rowan, those two are going to be too distracted to help Bray with Cena. And so Bray's going to be like, okay, Cena, you can fuck off. Let's focus on these Ascension guys. And then Ascension can kill off the Wyatts, and then we can move on from the whole fucking mess. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's because I just hate the fucking Wyatts. All three of them. You got Harper and Rowan. Neither one of them can talk for shit. They're both just big dumb hosses. I don't care if Harper came from Ring of Honor. I doubt he was that good there either. And Rowan, I don't know where in the fuck they found that guy. He was supposed to be... It's either Irish or Scottish. I can't remember which one. Probably Irish. Because of the red hair and the fucking pale skin. And also because of the sheep thing. Boo. Moving on, yeah, that's the end of the spoilers for SmackDown this week. May 16th, 2014, from apparently Charlotte, North Carolina. I don't know, I just think that would be an interesting way to bring in the Ascension. We really need some new blood in the tag division. There's really not that much going on in the tag division. You've got Cody and Goldust breaking up. So that's going to be one less team you're going to have in a couple of months once this whole thing finally ends. And I don't know where they think they're going with that, because it's not like Cody's going to get pushed into the main event. He doesn't have the charisma to talk good enough to cut promos as a main eventer. And his lisp doesn't fucking help him either. So, yeah. Unless they're going to put Cody back in the mid-card, Maybe give him another run with the Intercontinental title, or maybe the US or something. Give him back the Intercontinental title, the belt that he brought back from the 90s, yeah. I don't know what was wrong with the other Intercontinental title belt, by the way. And Cody had to go through his stupid emo phase. Anyways, who cares? That's the end of the spoilers for tonight for the SmackDown from May 16th, 2014, Charlotte, North Carolina. Oh yes, one other bit of news that I heard. Apparently at a live event in, I believe they said it was Glasgow, Scotland, I think. Yeah, but either way, there was a match. I think they said it was a cage match between Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. And what apparently happened was Roman was going for the spear, and Randy was supposed to counter it, catching Roman into his snapping power slam that Randy does. Well, apparently some miscommunication happened, and the two slammed heads together by accident. And apparently both of them were busted open and bloodied kind of bad. Roman apparently got the worst of it, and it was said that he was pretty kind of out of it for the rest of the match. And so he might have a concussion. So that kind of sucks. Hopefully he's not actually hurt too bad, and hopefully not actually concussed. Because, this whole Shield versus Evolution thing is about the only thing keeping me watching Raw every week. So, yeah. Anyways, like I said before, that's it for the SmackDown spoilers. May 16th, 2014 from Charlotte, North Carolina. Join us next time on Monday for Raw. I don't think the Payback pay-per-view is anytime soon. I'm not sure, though. I'll have to look it up, but we'll see. Join us next time, which will probably be Raw. And that'll be Monday. And we will see you then for that. So please join us then.